Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Shred and Soul.
I'm Shred, aka Kevin Wood.
And I'm Soul, aka Wind Hughes. Tonight we're going to do something a little different, though we've done some rituals before. But we're approaching Halloween, and in Celtic pagan traditions, Samhain. And this is a very special time of year. And we wanted to acknowledge that time of year and share a little ritual with you for Samhain, just an abbreviated version of what we might do in a larger circle, but also something simple and short that you could maybe incorporate into your special day besides trick-or-treating with the kids or going out to those parties. This is a holy Sabbath in Celtic traditions, and in other traditions they have the equivalent days such as this. But in Celtic tradition, for at least 2,000 years, this was considered the new year. November 1st in the Celtic calendar is the new year. And in Ireland and United Kingdom, that was celebrated. And even in northern France, the Celts actually had all of Europe down into parts of Africa and near Turkey and that part of the world. The Celts ruled a huge portion of the world at that point. And then that changed as the Romans came in, and you're the historian, you know, that other folks came in and took their land back, and the Celts receded back to a small area near Ireland, England, Wales. That whole section of the world became what's known as the Celtic traditions. And this was the end of the year and a time to acknowledge the harvest and all that came before that they were grateful for, and especially to acknowledge that they were moving into the dark time of the year, the shadow worlds. And just logistically at that time of the world, this was a time where there were many deaths. People sometimes were hungry. People sometimes, caught flu and different kinds of diseases and things that they didn't necessarily survive. And so this was a time associated with a lot of death and a lot of loss. And it became a time believed to be a time when the veil between the worlds was very, very thin. So there were a lot of traditions and celebrations, dressing up in costumes, celebrating the dead and wanting to communicate with them. And considering this was a group of people who were very much tied to the natural elements and to the world, this was a very powerful time for them. And that went on for hundreds and hundreds of years. And then when the Romans came in, by the 800s, the Romans came in, and as with many pagan traditions, the Catholic Church and the Christian churches took over the holy days and the Sabbats and the holidays, and they took All Saints' Day, which is a day of honoring and celebrating the saints and the dead, and they laid it over with Samhain, which was became known as Halloween. And that's basically what we are here to celebrate with you today, and honor those of us that we want to honor who've passed. So we're going to just move into ritual space in a moment, and at the end of that we'll just close and say goodbye. So we will put any pictures or links that we decide to at the very end, but right now we'd like to just take a minute and go into sacred space and begin our ritual. And if you'd like to do that with us, you can. And in the part where we have a picture of our departed one we are honoring, you can just imagine holding their image in your heart and saying these words to yourself. And maybe at a time when Samhain is here, Halloween, sometime right around then, you could even do this with your family. So I hope you get something out of this ritual. Anything you'd like to add?
The veil between the living and the departed is thin right now, and if you can pay attention and be aware of that occurrence, maybe within yourself you'll be able to experience a connection to somebody that you miss dearly. This is the best time to do that.
So it is. We call in the spirits of the wheel, the elements of the wheel, our angels, our guardians, our ancestors. We call you to be here with us tonight. Spirits of the east, spirits of the south, of the west, and of the north. We welcome you to be here with us and guide us in our understanding and in our ritual space tonight. Bless us all as we light our candles in the eternal fires in our hearts. Guide us and protect us tonight and throughout the coming year. Now is the new year. I am grateful for the last harvest of the summer. Now as the wheel turns and we begin again, I release all that no longer serves my soul. I do not cling to what must be released. As the trees release their leaves, so do I release what keeps the light from my soul. May it serve as the compost within me and nurture the seeds of my spirit. I release it now to the flame. The power that moves the moon moves us all. The power that lights the sun lights all our lives.
Now is the new year. I am grateful for the last harvest of summer. Now as the wheel turns and we begin again, I release all that no longer serves my soul. I do not cling to what must be released. As the trees release their leaves, so do I release what keeps the light from my soul. May it serve as compost within me and nurture the seeds of my spirit. I release it now into the flame. The power that moves the moon moves us all. The power that lights the sun lights all our lives.
As the veil lifts in this new year, Samhain, All Hallows Eve, we honor and call in those who have gone before us, who have transitioned from the physical world of form. Darkness or harm has no place here. Only those of whom we speak are invited. Come in love and only come in light. Every beginning has an ending, and every ending is a new beginning. In life is death, and in death is life. Watch over me, my loved ones, and all of my brothers and sisters, here and departed, who tonight are joined together again for fellowship and celebration. I am the daughter of Louise Hughes. I always get so emotional with this. I call Louise to be present here tonight. What I want you to know about Louise Hughes, my mom, was what a powerful woman she was. She was way beyond her years in her beliefs and in her voice. Those who were threatened by her voice were many, but my mom taught me what it meant to speak your truth, no matter what, and not to be afraid to be who I was. And she encouraged me to be who I was, even when she found it very difficult. And in my teenage years, we had a lot of distance between us, but shortly thereafter, she became my best friend. And I really value all that she taught me, the incredible laughter and spirit and strength at a time in this world when women didn't quite have that kind of power, or were not allowed to express that kind of power. So, Mom, I miss you and all of our fun and all of our deep talks into the late hours and over champagne, which was our thing. And here we are drinking our champagne together. Her last words were, "I want more champagne." It was very fitting for her as she died right there in my arms. So I honor her tonight. This is the smoke of remembrance. This smoke rises to reach you. We remember all of you. You are dead but never forgotten, and you live on within us.
Every beginning has an ending, and every ending is a new beginning. In life is death, and in death is life. Watch over me, my loved ones, and all of my brothers and sisters here and departed, who tonight are joined together again for fellowship and celebration. I am the son of David Wood. I call David to be present tonight. My father, David Wood, taught me so much about being a man, about establishing a moral compass, and a set of core values that I carry with me today. Consideration for others, openness and kindness for others. He was a military man and a man from meager means who ended up making something out of his life that we were all very proud of. He was decorated in wartime, but yet he was a very peaceful, considerate, and kind soul. We had our differences when we were young. When I was in high school and started to rebel, of course, we were at odds. But later on, as I grew older, he became a friend. And actually more than a friend, as a father should be. This is the smoke of remembrance. The smoke rises to reach you. We remember all of you. You are dead but never forgotten, and you live on with us.
We release those we've called in, if you must leave, or stay if you choose, in love and light. Though we close this ritual circle, all that was done is so, and shall always be. So be it.
So be it.
I release the elements and the directions, south, west, north, east. I release, if you choose, those ancestors and angels and guides and beings who are here to go or stay. I release the circle. The circle is closed. So be it.
So be it.
I hope that you find meaning in watching ritual or seeing ritual and being a part of this ritual. Ritual is very powerful, and I'm always so touched at a Samhain ritual where we honor the loved ones, because we so rarely in life get to name them and honor them deeply from our hearts and to share that in sacred space. And this is that time of the year that, we can do that together as a community or as a circle or just between us. It's very, very powerful. So I hope that you can maybe take some of that and in your way have a Samhain ritual for your departed ones and those that you love. And ritual is very important in our community and in our lives, and we certainly need more than we have. We've had a few rituals that we've done, and we'll continue to do them as we feel called to do.
Stay aware now that the veil is thin, and if you have a ritual in mind or you followed ours, let us know in the comments what you saw, what you sensed. The departed are still with us, and I don't know the mechanics of it. I can't tell you exactly how it all works, but it's one of the mysteries of our existence. But we feel those the presence of our departed. We feel them, and I think of my father every single day, and I think of my brother Andy every single day. Those are the two people who I've lost prematurely. They died both early on in their lives, but their impact on me was great, and I do sense them. And now that the veil is thin, maybe there's more of that sensing that can be established and nurtured.
Should be it. I'd like to invite you to possibly leave in the comments the name of someone you want to honor, and you can say, I am daughter of, or husband of, or wife of so-and-so, and I want to share a bit about them with you. And if you put that in the comments, then we can share, even as time goes on, in the honoring of those who have gone over to the other side, and keep that connection. And once we're aware of it, we do realize, and thanks for saying that we feel that all the time and every day, that connection transcends the physical form. And love to hear you name someone you want to honor who's passed over.
Yeah. I'd also like to mention, Jeff Loftus. We lost him this year. Corey Kane a few years ago, probably 5 years ago. Sean Smith. These were all friends of mine who left us very early in their lives. And
all musician buddies of yours.
Yeah. Collaborators and friends.
Yeah.
The veil is thin, so let's see if we can enhance that feeling of closeness that we have with our brothers and sisters who are no longer here.
Yes. And I'd like to acknowledge, before I forget, this beautiful pipe. I can hold it close to you. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and do a little shout out for Dean Johnson. His name is Little Lake of Taos Pueblo, who's a pipe maker. And this was gifted to me, I think, for my birthday one year. Little Lake's a friend of mine, and Kevin's. And these beautiful pipes, he's an award-winning pipe maker. His shop is called Smoke Signals, and you can find it in Old Town in Albuquerque on the plaza there. And he has big pipes, even bigger pipes and smaller ones, and they're all hand-carved out of beautiful stones made into fetishes with beautiful, beautiful hand-carved. He makes them all stems, beautifully decorated. And this beautiful bear has turquoise eyes, feathers, and definitely I'll put a link to his website in the description. But thank you, Little Lake, Dean, for being in our lives and for sharing your beautiful pipe with us.
Yeah, that is a heck of a pipe.
Yeah.
Dean's a heck of a pipe maker.
Dean's a good pipe maker.
He's a good guy, too. If you're ever in Albuquerque, definitely stop by his store.
Yes. So thank you for being here. Blessings to you all. Share your honoring of your loved ones who've passed over with us. We will honor them. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
And regardless, make the best of your Halloween.
Yes, have some candy.